Everyone get out!
Hello tankers and tankettes, and welcome to one of my slightly older replays. This is in fact the very last battle that I did in the VK45.02A before I unlocked the VKB. So it was it turned out nice. It was kind of appropriate this was the last battle because it was a really nice game, and it was actually a really appropriate game given what the VK45A is capable of and what its how its play style, how it is best played. Now let's take a quick look at the team list. We're bottom tier, but it's actually not that bad. Over half of each team is actually tier 8. There's a couple of tier 9s. There's what, 5 tier 9s per team? Or is that 6? I think it's 5 per tier 9s, and then a tier 10 on each side. Yes, it is 5, I can count. So, even though bottom tier, it isn't actually that bad. It's not doom and gloom, it's not disaster. There is still a lot I can do here, potentially. So, I'm going to use this mobility because this is what you want to do. The IS3 is going up here as well, and the pattern. And this thing, it's not like it's the most amazingly mobile tier 8. I think the FCM is actually way better. And obviously the 5100 is going to be way better. But it is at least on a par with IS3. So we're all going up to this corner, and I think this is going to afford me the most opportunities for actually doing stuff. I also know on this map, on the other side in around about there, A7, you sometimes get mediums and stuff climbing up there. If they've got enough a good enough horsepower to weight ratio, you can actually get a tank up there and snipe across on people coming up where we're coming up. So I think there might be a good chance of getting something to shoot at there. We already know the Lorraine isn't there, but that's not the best place for a Lorraine. So IS3s are going to think they're going to push down right away, and I decide I'm not going to, because we can see that Leopard PTA is doing exactly what I thought a medium tank might do. So I don't have any immediate shots there. This is not the best sniper tank anyway, so instead we're going to draw back. I should also note this is in counter battle, but you've probably noticed that already. So there we go, Leopard PTA, bit of a snapshot, went over his head, but if he continues to peek out and try and hit our pattern, try and hit our IS3s, I'm going to be there to give him a hard time. Now I'm actually going to put this in fast forward here, because this is not the most interesting couple of minutes. Well done, Jedi! I actually managed to shoot the one place on the front of a PTA where you might bounce with these shells, which was the gun mantlet. And it doesn't have an amazing gun mantlet, but it's enough to bounce the 200 pen shell. So there we go, that one was not the best aimed, but I got a bit lucky in that it hit him anyway. And he's clearly feeling a lot more cautious now, because he's down to 530 health. And I'm just trying to see if I can get another shot. No artillery to worry about, so I don't have to worry about repositioning or anything like that. And it looks like he might have backed off. We'll give it another moment or two to see. This is what I meant when I said this part of the battle is not that interesting. It's just me sitting there waiting to see if that Leopard PTA is actually going to do anything. So here we go. I've figured he's probably backed down now. I'm going to see if I can give some fire support down from this corner. There's obviously still stuff shooting up here because those IS3s took a right battering. That IS3 got killed by somebody. A Rheinmetall, in fact. So, there he is. There's the Rheinmetall. And boom, there we go. Switch to HE because it's a Rheinmetall. Don't have eyes on him. He's just slightly backed out of the render range, but I can take a guess, take a blind shot. I might get lucky. You never know. So now I have a cunning plan. I'm going to counter what the Leopard PTA did, because you can get up this side. You can do exactly the same thing. Of course, if I get spotted and the Rheinmetall puts something into me, that's bad. I initially think, oh, I'll go around, and then I think, no, actually trying to fight around that corner, that's a really bad idea. So there's the Rheinmetall again. I don't know if I hit him or someone else hit him, but again, it just disappears. Put a shot in him because, and that WZ might be a target, maybe. Oh, yeah, he's noticed me. It's the guy that recognised me earlier. So, oh, yeah, one in the rear armour, but I've got plenty of hit points, unless he damages my engine or something. Boom, there we go. I actually bounced one there. I think that's the front of my turret. It doesn't bounce that many shots, but kind of lower tier guns, if you get lucky, or if they have insufficient penetration, a bit of angling helps. I've actually done a review video on this tank, so you should definitely check that out if you're interested. It's not a bad tank as long as you're playing it the right way. So here we are. I'm up here. I know there's a couple of things down there, and at the moment this is basically what you would do in a medium tank, except I'm in a medium tank with a really nice gun. So there we go. Inside of the E50. Now this is good in 2 counts. It's not only am I getting to do damage against these guys, but it's also providing a lot of distraction. There's 2 of them, and you see there's a whole bunch of our guys there. Obviously they're worried about the Rheinmetall, but they're also clearly not that willing to just push up against an E50 and an E75, which are, you know, both tier 9s. So this is... I'm basically splitting the attention of the E75 and the E50 and hopefully doing some damage at the same time, which is exactly what you would do in a medium tank. Wow, completely dumped that snapshot there. That might have been the Rheinmetall that I just bounced, I'm not sure. So I take the opportunity to move up a bit, and again, view. And you can see these guys getting thoroughly annoyed with me. Basically, this is what you do in this tank. If you get the opportunity to play it like a medium tank, then play it like a medium tank, because that is what it excels at. It's not the fastest medium tank, but the gun is pretty nice. It's, oh yes, even more damage. I'm racking up the damage here. 2400 damage, bottom tier, and again, that was a kind of a lucky bounce, and that one went in his tracks. I think that was the side of the side of my turret got caught there. So this Tiger 2 has moved up. And this is now time for me to go on the offensive, because there's 2 of us, so yeah, nice, yeah. Good luck ramming an E75 there. And I can't explain that bounce. As far as I know, those track sections on the E75 turret don't count as additional spaced armor or anything. I think that was just... I don't even know. 3.1k damage. And the enemy team had an opportunity to do some capping or something of that nature, but I don't know, they chose not to. So there's the Rheinmetall. This is sort of risky. HE shell again, because I'm going to be basically perched exactly perfectly for him to shoot me, and he does, but I managed to nail him with an HE shell. So it's just the IS-8 left now, but I'm not going to get there in time. So I have to say that even if they had tried to cap, I think it's probably unlikely that they would have gotten away with it. It's hard to say though, but for whatever reason, no one on the enemy team tried to cap, and it's not like this was a massively easy victory for us. It was 15-10, so it's not like they were a total walkover, but it's... I don't know, you can never predict how these things are going to go. So let's take a quick look at the scores and see what I managed to do in my terribly underpowered tier 8 heavy tank. It's got terrible armor and penetration, you guys. It's totally rubbish. And wait, what? Top score? Second best damage? Yeah, okay. That's what you can do in this game. I beat, now let's see, T95 had 5 kills, but I beat him just on damage-wise. 110E5 actually got more damage. But I beat a lot of the other tanks on damage. I mean, it's quite a sharp drop-off anyway. You've got 4 tanks that did over 3k damage, and then there's a bit of a drop-off. So there was a lot of tanks doing the heavy lifting in that one. But that just goes to show that even if you're bottom tier in a thing like this, it's as long as you play it smart, you don't need to panic. You don't need to think, all right, oh, this is horrible, this is useless, I'm not going to be able to do anything, and just give up. You just have to not give up, I guess is what I'm trying to say. And a tank like this, as long as you know the strengths to play it to, as long as you have some idea of the play style, then if you're looking for the opportunities that you would be looking for in a medium tank, then that is what you should really be going for with this tank, even though it's a heavy. And it's the same with the FCM 50T. I think it's probably kind of the same with the IS-8 as well, but I'm completely speculating there. I don't have an IS-8 yet. I've got it unlocked, but I need some credits first. So yeah, like I said, this is a slightly older replay, but I thought I'd finally put it up because it was a good match, and like I said at the start, it was the very last match I played in this before I went up to the VKB. So it was a nice one to finish on, and it stands as an exemplar of of what you can do in the VKA when your team gives you enough space to work, basically. So, if you liked this video, you can hit the like button, you can leave a comment below, you can go check out my Facebook page, you can subscribe to my channel, and of course, as always, stay tuned for more.